And an article like the one we read, The Age of Average, which we'll link in the show notes, an article like that does trigger in me, as someone who aspires to make work, a desire to respond to it in some way. Like, one of my initial reactions was, I want to go around Omaha now. And I've sort of generally been aware that all these new apartment buildings all look the same, but like, I actually now want to go out and photograph them, even if it's not to, put it out there as work, but just to go, oh yeah.
Well, you're testing it with it.
Yeah.
Like, you're testing the theory. One of the interesting things is it's a bit, for any social scientists that are listening, like he calls that field out pretty tough. And basically says,
in the article or the book?
In the book.
In the book. Okay.
Essentially says, it's pretty unnecessary. It's just translation of things that were known previously into this new kind of stilted technopoly language that we're like this, condensed metaphor that we've built our world around now. Mm-hmm. You're taking all of this nuance out and you're just putting it into like a black and white piece of, data. And that's kind of what he says. And look, I'm not here to argue about the field of the social sciences, but I did read that and it almost confirmed something that I've always thought. And I got into this a little bit at the beginning, but like, I think, if you are approaching work, especially if your subject is other humans, you should approach it with the same rigor that, and not intellect, but the same, like a Carl Jung would, right? Mm-hmm. Like there's work that has been done in like the field of social science or in psychology, and that is highly academic. It's like but you should be going for the same realizations. And I think kind of what you just laid out sounds a lot like a scientific process. We've talked about that before, where work is just laying, like the true purpose of creating work is to test these ideas within yourself. And hopefully, I
have a hypothesis and I'm going to run an experiment.
And, I know there is definitely irony in me presenting it like that, because that's the lens of technology.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull art into it, but, there is a responsibility, but, because I guess what I'm trying to say is great work shares all of the characteristics of great, science. There's something more to it, though, that can only be accomplished through art.
Yeah.
Like, there is the nuance. There is the not, everything is not so precise. It doesn't have to be so precise. And I think we should carry that into our making when we're trying to create things, when we're trying to explore ideas. It should be approached from completely just universe juju, like going at this as just pulling ideas out, working, and just, flowing through ideas.
Yep.
But then there should also be the other side where it's like, I'm exploring something. I'm trying to. And
much more deliberate and focused.
And knowing what's already been done is an important aspect to that.
Yeah.
Whether that's reading great literature, watching great film, or familiarizing yourself with, psychology and social science. It's all in the same vein.
It had been a golden afternoon, and I remember having the familiar conviction that life was beginning over again with the summer and summer.